him. You love him. It's Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang. Chairman? Is he a chairman of the Forward Party? Leading candidate of the Forward Party? I don't know what it is. Andrew Yang, billionaire. I don't know what he's a billionaire from. It doesn't matter what he did. Tech thing. It's irrelevant. He has limp dick political opinions. He just wants people to get along. He doesn't understand anything about anyone's fucking problems. And this is actually a good interview. I don't know who he's even going to steal votes from. He just doesn't seem to have any platform. Anyway, here we go. I can't turn the captions on. All right. This is Andrew Yang being it says grilled by Jim Acosta. So here we go.
And let me ask you about your new Forward Party, because you say it's an attempt to appeal to what you say is the moderate common sense majority. It's also the same name as your book. Is this an attempt to pump up book sales?
I'd have to say this would be a pretty silly way to go about it, given that we have co-founded a national party that now has tens of thousands of Americans signed up, co-chaired by former governor of New Jersey, Christine Todd Whitman. And the fact...
Christine Todd Whitman. Let's check her out. Christine Todd Whitman. There we go. Former governor of New Jersey. She was the administrator of the EPA under Bush. She's the 50th governor of New Jersey, born in New York to a Republican family. During the 2020 presidential election, Whitman chose to endorse Democratic nominee Joe Biden over Donald Trump. She joined former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang to create the Forward Party, a centrist third party. Centrist, she was in the Nixon administration, so she's a Republican. Cool. She worked with the Nixon administration in the Office of Economic Opportunity under Donald Rumsfeld. Wow. She was in the Office of Economic Opportunity in the for right wingers. Are you excited, chat? Chat, do you feel like the Forward Party is in good hands with its co-chair? Amazing.
62% of Americans.
But are you just promoting yourself? I guess what I'm asking is, are you just out there promoting yourself with this?
Again, Jim, there are, as you can easily imagine, there are hundreds of better ways to go about promoting a book than starting a political party to do so. I mean, I'm building this party because 62% of Americans want it. We're more polarized than ever.
62% of Americans want a third party, not Andrew Yang's third party. Do you know why most Americans want a third party? Capitalism. Again, both the Republicans and the Democrats, although vote for Democrats when you have a chance right now. They're both tied to capitalism, dude. They're both slaves to it. They both are absolutely in it for institutional power and money. Nancy Pelosi is a great example of this shit. She's a terrible fucking person. So is her husband. Awful. Awful people. Using the office to enrich themselves. Along with every fucking Republican and most of the Democrats from the old guard. Chuck Schumer's among this. Although Chuck Schumer, did you know Chuck Schumer, I think this is still true, lives in a fucking house with, like, I think Adam Schiff lives there, and a couple other fucking Democratic leaders. They all live in a fucking house together, and they just camp on the ground in the floor. Did you know this? This is real. Hold on. Chuck Schumer house. Like, while they don't only live there, but they do when they yeah, the real alpha house. Yes, this shit. I'll show it to you. Here we go. I don't know how loud this is gonna be.
They said it couldn't be.
Okay, well, fuck you and your ad, but I think the Daily Show covered it. Yeah. This I'm gonna show you. This is fucking crazy stuff. Yeah. These like Chuck Schumer and I think it's Adam Schiff. Let me see if they have the other names on here. Is it Dick Durbin? Yeah. George, was it Miller? Wait, they have a Republican roommate? Oh.
Broken blinds, a mangled chair covered with paint peeling off the walls, sheets covering the windows, broken blinds, a mangled chair covered up with a wood board, an ancient stove with a giant hole, and yes, that's underwear in the living room. What looks and feels like the most run-down frat house on campus is actually the Capitol Hill home of some of the most powerful men in Washington.
Welcome to Omega House.
I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
Dick Durbin and Chuck.
I would never live like this. And I'm a fucking stoner, bro. What the fuck? Now, I think they don't currently live like this anymore. I think this stopped happening, but...
Chuck Schumer, the second and
this is their
third-ranking
apartment
Senate
in
Democrats
Washington.
live here together.
You guys got the rent from him?
Their landlord and third roommate is Democratic Congressman George Miller. The house is so legendary, it inspired a new TV series, Alpha House. Except the Senate roommates in the Amazon.com show are Republicans.
We want to say.
Or believe in the Amazon.
Amazon.com show. Hey, chat, subscribe immediately with your Amazon.com subscriptions.
Like us. Don't even begin to think so.
When people see this house, they're going to know because in the show it's a little bit nicer. They have a thing where in the
Wait a minute.
Miller, the owner, started taking in tenants more than 30 years ago. The house hasn't been updated since.
Well, we stopped buying LPs.
I'm struggling.
That was when the music stopped.
Disgusting. No pickles! Let's go into Dracula's and Omega Liberal. Anyway, you guys get it. It's dog shit.
And the fact is the two parties have divvied up the country so that 79 to 90% of races are uncompetitive. Most of the people watching this right now aren't even living under a two-party system. They're living under one party.
The other week, I asked veteran Democratic strategist James Carville about what he thought of the Forward Party, and he had quite a strong reaction. Let's listen to that.
It's dog shit.
I think in a nation awash in really stupid ideas, this stands out as a really stupid idea. Ralph Nader basically elected George W. Bush in 2000. Jill Stein basically elected Donald Trump in 2016. And the only possible thing this could do is bleed some moderate Republicans off of voting for whoever the Democratic nominee is. This thing is going nowhere. It's vanity. It's look at me. It's performance art.
What's your response to that, Andrew? Is this, hey, look at me?
Oh, well, even his description jumps straight to the presidential race, which is not where our focus is at all. Our focus is on the 506,000 locally elected officials, school board members, city council members, mayors, county executives, because again, in the majority of the country, 70% of these races are uncompetitive or uncontested.
70% of local political races are uncontested, which means, chat, that we don't need Andrew Yang's fucking capitalist hordes taking up seats. We need you taking up seats. We need leftists taking up seats in these places, getting in on the school boards so that we don't have Republicans running it. Let's make a corn party. Fuck it. The corn party? That's kind of dumb. There's no way we take this... Okay, chat. Mark my words. There is no way that we make this corn cult an actual political party, okay? There's no way. And when I'm king, I'll play this back and laugh. And then I'll laugh again at myself while I'm wearing the corn crown at this part. And we'll both chuckle, one of us with ultimate power.
The American people want real choice. We want to provide
but
it
people
to
obviously
them
worry.
in their
I mean,
towns and communities and
those,
where they
those
live.
lower level races are obviously important, but people worry about another 2016 scenario where a third-party candidate like Jill Stein or Gary Johnson costs Hillary Clinton the election. Don't you think that putting yourself out there, putting this party out there,
What would the party be called? The People? I think just The People. Not the People Party. The People. No, not his party. Ours. I think that'd be good.
there as an alternative that appeals to some moderate Republicans, could potentially throw the race to Donald Trump, put Donald Trump back in the White House. Is that what you want?
Yeah. And instead of "We the People," you could type the tag. You could just do this: "We, comma, the people." It's provocative.
I'm the co-chair of an anti-extremist party. I ran against Trump, so I don't plan on doing anything that's going to increase Trump's odds. But again, 62% of Americans want a third party, and we are looking right now at a competitive U.S. Senate race as one example, where you have an independent Evan McMullin running neck and neck with a Trump-endorsed incumbent in an environment
but the Democratic
that,
Party
frankly,
in Utah,
the
Democratic Party out in Utah got behind Evan McMullin. Andrew, why not run again as a Democrat? If you want to be president, run again as a Democrat.
So, Jim, I haven't made any conclusions about 2024 except for the fact that the United States needs a unifying, positive third-party movement because we're getting increasingly polarized. And if it's not Trump...
I don't like this. So, on the one hand, we have Andrew Yang in this what seems like a stunt of a party that's like a moderate capitalist party. Ugh, yuck. And then we have Jim Acosta, who is pretty clearly like vote blue. He's a big registered Dem. Like, he's a big time. He has a donkey shirt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I don't like the whole like but we have to be allied with the Democrats. It's like, I understand that we don't want a presidential election taking any votes. We don't want a third party. We don't want a fucking Ross Perot situation. But man, or we do want a Ross Perot situation, I guess. But man, why can't we just have a leftist? Chat, am I going to have to be chancellor of the world? Are you guys going to force me? Chancellor of the whole world? God, I like my time off. If I must be.
Trump, it's going to be a successor to Trump because this system is uniquely vulnerable to authoritarianism. You have a two-party system.
But I can hear
in
the
a
folks
country
over
that
at the White House. President Biden has had
we just
Republican.
Need a better system.
But President Biden, I can hear Democrats over at the White House saying President Biden has had Republican support on a number of agenda items. He is.
Yucks. I don't want fucking any Republican support on anything. What I want is for you to stop supporting Republicans. That's really what I want. Cease the support of Republicans altogether, America, because we don't need them. Because they're just whores. They're just whores, chat. You just throw a little bit of money at them and they'll do anything for you. Okay? And not sex workers. Sex workers are based. I mean like ethical, terrible people. If they were sex workers, that'd be great. Can you imagine if you could pay that turtle, what's his name? That turtle guy? And you could just chat, if you could, how much would you pay Mitch McConnell? Chat, be honest. Be honest. Mitch McConnell. For what? Don't be shy. If Mitch McConnell... Okay, so Mitch McConnell in his turtly goodness. Let's get a shot. Do we have a Mitch McConnell shirtless? Mitch McConnell shirtless? Question mark? Do we have it? Hello? Fuck. Oh, yeah. You know what's wild? This didn't even work. Red meat. I'll stop embarrassing you, chat.
Trying to work in a bipartisan fashion. Why not try to support that as a Democrat? You were just a Democrat 10 minutes ago.
Does Mitch McConnell have a wife? I kind of want to look it up. Has he heaved over top of somebody before? Does he have a spouse? Oh my God. It was Elaine Chao? It is Elaine Chao? Currently? What the fuck? What? You? Currently? That's insane to me. No, she's not a nice lady. She sucks. She's dog shit. God, can you imagine allowing Mitch McConnell to fucking release in you? I'm so glad those words came out of my mouth to hurt you. So what happens, chat?
Support attempts to cross the aisle, but we can all see that
that'll teach the corn whales. You got to lube me up better before I start lashing out.
7 out of 10 of the Republicans that bravely voted to impeach Trump are already going to be
they have 3 kids. I'm sorry to break it to you. They absolutely have fucked.
out of Congress by the time January comes along, and the moderate population in both parties
bootstrap paradox,
is unfortunately dwindling quickly. So the political incentives end up disproportionately empowering the 10% of extremes on both sides.
But you're going to have to come up with policy
really
positions.
Negative results.
Right,
we
but
just
Andrew,
need a better system.
Yeah, but Andrew, you're going to have policy positions at some point. How does the Forward Party feel about Roe versus Wade? Should it have been overturned?
Easy win. Easy win here.
Well, I personally think that women's reproductive rights are fundamental human rights, but the Forward Party has not left or right, but forward stance on even the most divisive and contentious issues.
Well, what does that mean? Don't you have to take a position on something? Don't you have to take a position on something? You can't just say, well, this is a hot button issue, so I'm not going to take a position on it.
Fucking true.
You want to run the country, you're going to have to make some hard decisions.
True.
Again, the Forward Party is about that common sense consensus majority view, which is very clear on abortion. It's clear.
What about guns?
What's the clear? Just say what the clear is. What? What the fuck? You're welcome, Diamond.
What about assault weapons?
On climate change. It's actually clear on just about every issue under the sun.
Should 18-year-olds be able to buy AR-15s?
Because of the nature of our system.
Should 18-year-olds be able to buy AR-15s?
Again, the common sense consensus majority is that there should be some rules around background checks and access to firearms. But we're not getting any of these things, Jim, because the two-party system does not need to deliver.
But it is.
Why doesn't he just, he's deferring to the common sense, but just say that it's common sense that we want gun control. Why is he scared to say that? Because it's he's almost saying it, but then he doesn't commit to it, so nobody's satisfied. No one's going to vote for this. It's insane.
Sound like you're taking any hard positions. It sounds like you're
trade power.
It sounds like you're sort of a fill-in-the-blank party. If somebody wants a party with no clear policy positions, you're it. But unfortunately,
True.
in the real world, you have to take a position on something.
Well, we're for the common sense consensus view on guns, abortion, climate change, but we're not getting a common
But
sense.
But we're not getting a common sense. Why does he keep saying the same thing? I hate that they're coached to talk like this. Chat, aren't you tired of people being coached to talk and say what they're supposed to say like this? Have some fucking nuts. Again, vote for me for chancellor of everything.
What are those positions?
Any of those?
I don't want to be chancellor of lots of stuff though. So I'll be deferring to many experts. Okay?
Things, Jim, and
Those
Americans
are just
smart
sort of
enough to reason
fuzzy,
why.
but
It's
those are
because we have a
fuzzy,
two-party system that
nebulous.
does
It
not
sounds
need
like you
political.
came up with something in a focus group. Common sense,
True.
middle of the ground. That sounds wonderful. That sounds great. But at the end of the day, don't you have to take a position on something?
Well, the great thing is the American people know where we want the country to go, and
The American people do not know where the what? Do you want to Mao up our agriculture? I don't even know what Mao's agricultural policy was, okay? I just know Mao bad, all right? Mao bad.
what we know that we need a more dynamic,
where?
truly representative system than we're getting right now, which is why the Forward Party is growing so quickly. Tens of thousands of Americans have.
It's so insane. I have such a hard time with doing parody of people because I genuinely cannot think the way that is required for me to be like Weasley like this. Like, I can't even not answer the question. I feel compelled to give my opinion. Maybe it's because I'm a white man. Maybe that's it. No, there's lots of white men that can bullshit. I'm a white man. You must listen to my opinions now. Chat, would you like my... Of course you would like my opinions. You're the cult. That's what you're for. Did you know that people call you my cult constantly? That's totally a real thing that people call you all the time. And I'm wondering when the cult behaviors actually begin. You know what I mean? Like, when are you guys gonna do some real cult shit? Devin, thanks so much for the 17 months. Like, am I supposed to be doing... If you're a cult, I'm not a very good cult leader. I'm not very good at manipulating you. I would love to learn how to do a better job at this. You see this money? Chat, tithe to me 10% of your paycheck. That's how cults start. When you start tithing, then it's big time.
Have signed up in all 50 states because we know that the
subs. No. Wait. Okay. If $5 is 10% of your income, do not subscribe to me. Okay? Do not subscribe to me if you make, what's that, fucking $50? Don't do it. Wait, is it even less? Is it like fucking... No, it's $50. Yeah, don't subscribe.
the two-party system is getting worse, not better.
10% of zero is still zero. True! There you go. If you have no money, you can subscribe to me infinitely.
And we know we need something new.
And who is going to be bankrolling the Forward Party? Will you pledge to be very upfront and candid and transparent about where your money comes from?
Yeah, it's transparent for all to see. And the people that are bankrolling us are everyday Americans who are sending $10, $20, $30 because there's such an enormous appetite for change. And one of the things I tell people...
Any corporate money coming in? Outside money? Foreign money?
It's completely transparent for all to see, but I can say that
yes,
our money has not been coming in from corporations. It's been coming in from everyday Americans who want something better for us and our families.
You'll pledge to put that on a website, or if a news organization comes to you and says, we'd like to see this information, Will you pledge to make that information available?
Well, Jim, I'm gonna to actually tell you, we don't have a choice. Like, we have to file every 3 months, so anyone who wants to see it can just check it out.
And finally, I guess, you know, it would be good to be able to get a clear answer from you on Donald Trump. What is more important to you, to see a forward party candidate become president of the United States, or to make sure that Donald Trump stays out of the White House? Let me put the question this way. If you were a forward party candidate, let's say in 2024, and you are running the risk of drawing voters away from the Democratic Party candidate in a way that would put Trump back in the White House, would you pull back to avoid that situation from happening?
Well, Jim, the truth is that you could resolve this particular issue very, very straightforwardly by adopting something called ranked choice voting, which would enable people to vote for anyone they want, and then if their number one choice doesn't win, then their second choice would get their vote. But the truth is that neither Democrats nor Republicans really want to solve for what you're calling the spoiler effect, because they're more about,
well, it's real.
It is real.
The choice of the American people rather than opening it up. Our goal is a system that allows Americans to vote for whomever they want and not be frankly scared of quote unquote wasting.
So is the strategy here for Andrew Yang to be vaguely correct about something in the answer, like ranked choice voting is good, and then a person is supposed to go, yes, Andrew Yang is correct about this, ranked choice voting would be good, but without answering the question, like, people are supposed to forget that he wasn't supposed to answer the question. Like, this doesn't seem like a good strategy. Maybe he expects people to be pretty dumb. Dumber than I guess I am. I don't think Trump is going to be able to get in the White House again, do the whole stealing nuclear documents thing. I think Trump is probably dead too. Yeah, like the Trump campaign. It feels pretty dead to me. Does anybody else feel like it's dead? I mean, it's not like you know, done at all, but I mean, like, as far as it's like real true chances, it doesn't feel good right now for them.
Their voter spoiling it for someone else.
Like there are Republicans that they thought were going to win the Senate seats that are not winning them. The Republican Party is just put out a letter, was it a couple days ago? My politics chat shared it. A couple days ago, it's like they're pulling out of they're like stopping funding towards certain Senate races around the country they think are just losers now, and are focusing on the House to try to save seats in the House. So, chat, November, we got to go out and vote. You can do other stuff too, but you got to go vote. We're leftists. We don't have the convenience of resting on our laurels. Okay? We don't have the convenience of not using every tool in the tool belt, okay? We have to, if we're going to win, we got to use all of our tools. One of them is voting. And if you disagree, I would love to fucking argue with you.
So you don't see the Forward Party as a potential spoiler that could result in Donald Trump being reelected or put back in the White House?
Just know that you'll probably get banned after the conversation because you're not a viable person for this chat if you think that voting in conjunction with everything else isn't a good idea. I don't think you'd long for this chat if you have that conversation with me and you stay there stubbornly, wrongly.
Again, our focus is on local races, including some very exciting congressional races this November, where we think there's a lot on the line. I'd urge people to check out Evan McMullin's U.S. Senate campaign in Utah that I'm supporting personally. Lisa Murkowski in Alaska is a very principled leader who also voted to impeach Trump, who's on the ballot. Her primary competitor is a Trump endorsed election denier. So I think that there's a lot on the line right here in November, and that's where our focus is.
Andrew Yang has an egg-shaped head, unlike any other human I've ever seen. He is the closest to an egg that I think humans get. That's fascinating. And Jim Acosta just looks like Jim Acosta looks like the other half of Sean Hannity that like split off into the evil and good, well, good, the less evil, and he's like Dark Universe Spock and regular Spock. You know what I mean? Like Hannity is just Dark Universe Jim Acosta, and this is regular Jim Acosta. Very strange. Anyway, Andrew Yang's Forward Party, I don't foresee having any success. Andrew Yang is not a very compelling individual. He's not a very good speaker. He doesn't have any good... He doesn't, like, fire people up. And he certainly doesn't have any policy positions that speak to me on any level. So yeah, don't vote for Andrew Yang unless he's your best option. Or any of his candidates. They're capitalists. Yikes! Imagine being a capitalist. Couldn't be me.